The story of Psyche and Cupid. Once upon a time, in an ancient kingdom, lived Princess Psyche. Psyche was beautiful, so beautiful that the goddess of beauty herself, Venus, was incredibly jealous of Psyche's beauty. Clouded by jealousy, Venus calls on her son Cupid to seek revenge on her behalf against Psyche and shoot her with one of his arrows and make her fall in love with a beast. Cupid obeys his mother's order and sets out to find Psyche. Everyone in the kingdom was in awe of Psyche's beauty, but no man dared to love her, leaving Psyche lonely and outcasted. The king went to the ancient oracle of Apollo, worried about his daughter's fate, and asked where he could find a husband suited for Psyche. The oracle told the king that he must abandon his daughter on a high mountain cliff where a winged pest, mischievous and fierce, will become Psyche's husband. Feeling thoroughly depressed, the king left Apollo's oracle and obeyed the cruel words. A day of mourning was upon the kingdom as Psyche was led to her destiny on a top of a mountain's high summit, where she was left sobbing and smothered by loneliness. Psyche was left alone weeping on the cliff, until a cool and friendly wind lifted her off the ground and carried her slowly down into a valley. Here she laid on a bed of grass decorated in flowers, and her eyes slowly closed as she drifted into slumber. She awoke and saw a palace in the distance. The palace was magnificent, the work of a god. As she entered the gates, she knew a god must be in residence. Psyche wandered the palace when she heard the voice of a man she believed was her savior. He stated that they may see each other and lay in the same bed, but they can only meet in the dark. Psyche agrees, but her curiosity gets the best of her. One night, using a candlestick, she discovers who her secret lover is and is shocked. Candle wax drops on Cupid's arm and burns him, waking the god. "O silly, foolish Psyche, it was for your sake that I disobeyed the orders of my mother Venus," said Cupid. "The famous archer wounds himself with one of his own arrows and marries a girl who mistakes him for a monster," he cried. Upset, Cupid flies away, leaving Psyche alone again. Desperate to see her lover again, Psyche visits Venus and begs the goddess to let her be with Cupid. The bitter Venus agrees, but only if Psyche can complete 3 impossible tasks. Organize an enormous amount of grain before sunrise, collect a clump of wool from the shining golden sheep, and a sliver of Prosperpine's beauty for Venus. Psyche, determined to be with Cupid, set out to conquer the impossible tasks, and to Venus's surprise, the love-struck princess completed the first 2 tasks. On her way to deliver the box containing Proserpine's beauty and finish the final task, Psyche opened the box and looked in. Only the box did not contain beauty, and instead Psyche was put under a deep sleep and fell to the ground. Cupid, now recovered from his burn and unable to bear being away from his beloved Psyche anymore, hurried to find her. He found the princess surrounded by a cloud of sleep and held his lover in his arms. "Poor girl, your curiosity has once more nearly ruined you," he said. "Hurry now and complete the task which my mother set you." Psyche woke from her sleep and sprung up at once to deliver Proserpine's present to Venus. The goddess admired Psyche's passion and determination to be with her son and granted the princess her blessing for the 2 lovers to wed. Cupid, who had fallen more deeply in love with Psyche, was surprised by his mother's sudden acceptance of their love, but was filled with joy and thanked the gods that he and Psyche could marry. The young lovers were reunited by the strength of their love and lived happily ever after. The end.